Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Truth Rising Show. This is the Spaceman 2.0, where it'll wake you up and help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth. With that being said, this is part 21 with From Here to Armageddon. I am Ashtar. It's Sunday, June 23rd at around 11 a.m. for this next episode to begin. So continuing on with how it is. The time of that choice has come. These teachings and words of final nature will soon be brought forth, and the time of choice will have reached its point of action. No one can do it for you. These truths are all you will have to give support. The time is come. In the few segments of time which you call years, perhaps months, much can be done. Many can be salvaged from the dissolution which awaits those who cannot set their feet upon the upward path. If you do not get forth the word, it cannot reach all in time. It is no greater to pen the word than to publish the word, or make the movie or the documentary. It is a team job, or it will not be done. Blessings infinite upon you ones who risk and dare, for the teachings will not be desired as truth. The lie has lived too long to fall easily. You have not, however, but to make it available. Man, an individual, must discern the truth. In the physical dissolving, though, it will not obliterate the essence of any soul, unless you bring into play destruction of your place through particle beams and or nuclear chaos. It will remove the uniqueness that so many lives and so much effort have created. The ones that are drawn back into the common pool will never see their own advanced brothers again out of the same eyes. All efforts will be thrust forth from the Dark Brotherhood to promote the split so that the greatest number will have failed to move forward into spirituality and light. We are seeking equality as diligently to bring as many as possible into the love and radiance of new experience, a new and wondrous age experience for mankind. You who receive of this recording can throw your energies behind either side, for that is your choice, your free will choice. But it is now that you must decide. It is now that the human race cries desperately for help. It is now that the dedication and the faith of the seekers is being sorely tested and retested. I plead with you, do not fail your brothers, do not fail your race, your species, for then, my beloved friend, you will have failed yourself. The peace and blessings of all the higher beings who watch over and care for humanity's struggle are with you forevermore. I and my compatriots stand ready to serve, to assist, and to assist in any way. But you must ask, for we cannot act if not requested, for it is the law of the cosmos. I request hereby that the portions of the other teachers be added onto the book, that the spirit of each of my own colleagues be made available onto you. Do not overload, but present several for you ones of our group have had many lessons regarding the presence of evil, so be it. My gratitude and appreciation, Dharma, for a job well done. I place my hand upon your head that you might be given rest and peace. My thanks go forth to you who will take the portions and present them. They will go forth with the power of the central light. I place the seal of truth upon these writings, so be it, for it is your time, for in your time will come the time of the revelations and prophecies come full cycle. I take my leave and move to stand by. I salute you. I am Ashtar. So we have finally reached the end of the book, and now we're moving on to the appendix. So we have Appendix 1 to Appendix 6. Appendix 1 is about judgments, rituals, and God Unlimited. Hatan, here in truth. Dharma, I have never proclaimed that what you will be asked to write is a great and joyful task. So be it. So now you're going to be introduced to Hatan. Hatan is one of the main teachers and guides for our earth plane, and given knowledge through Dharma by Hatan. So here we go. You'll be given information that matches none of the historian's proclamations. If it were not so, why would we bother to correct your thought patterns? Even in thy consciousness, you should be able to see of the contradictions of thy long accepted teachings. Judgments, rituals, and God Unlimited. First, I will shock you with a question so that we can move on. If until the birth of the one Jesus, there were pagan sacrifices, animals killed to utilize their blood to smear upon the door frames, etc., how does that differ greatly from those today who kill animals to utilize their blood to honor a god? I believe your God even had the families bring a dearest pet lamb into the home to love and cherish, for the children to play with, and again of its trust and love. Then it was slain, its blood used as signs, and its body burned in a manner of gift before its very creator. Oh, I see. That is maybe why Jesus came, to stop that nonsense. Well, along with Jesus believers came the Crusades, murder of man in battle with brother, the Inquisition. Pagans? Nay, Christians. Can it possibly be worse for a red man to dance around a fire pit while honoring his brother relation of the buffalo? You ones limit thy God in order to mold him into thine image. Christ is a state of being. Jesus was a Christ energy. Most of the only Christians remaining upon thy place never heard of the one called Jesus. This does not make Jesus lesser, it makes God far greater and Christ perfection. Stop this painful creation of monsters. Take that which has withstood the test of eons of time and endure it as truth. Then allow God his unlimited, infinite resources. If God changed his mind once, can he not change of it again? If he chooses, he can change of it every 15 minutes, and you are stuck with it. Well, he does not do that, but you limit his actions constantly. Do you realize there is no place in thy holy books that speak to the native Indian? How do your historians account for that matter? Oh, I see. They put it aside, in that the native Indian somehow sprang from the pagan satanic trash. Oh, dear friends, you better get those blurred eyes focused on something besides library words of one's opinions. You interpret and reinterpret. Let us consider the rapture. That particular word is not even in the Bible. This particular word comes from a Latin translation of a Greek word, harpazo. Not even translatable for the Greek alphabet is different from English. It means caught up, to seize, to snatch away. Well, if one translated word can cause such contradiction of interpretation, is it not possible there might be other contradictions? Then let us see. You have premillennialists, mid-millennialists, post-millennialists, and amillennialists. Just pick a number and wait. Further, how can you measure the biblical year was 360 days, not 365. When did it become 365? Who decided? You are now in year 2, day 286. Your biblical scholars do not even take note of such a thing. Call it pagan and satanical stuff. No, friends, it is the very clock you should be watching. I do not mean to be unkind, but you ones could be a bit more kind in thy tolerance of one another. You go on to thy churches and temples and do all manner of things, light candles, drink wine instead of, but pretending it to be the blood of Jesus. You burn of incense, you eat grain in lieu of the body of Jesus. Well, the ancient Jews ate of unleavened bread. You kill animals in thy hunting rituals and feasting rituals. Could it be that the human simply makes errors in judgment? Could it be that in thy narrow interpretations you leave no room for God to tell you how it is? Thy problems come because you forget to utilize thy wondrous gifts of God. You cling to words of nebulous translation. Why can thee not go within to thy fountain of wisdom, the wondrous gift of God unto thee, and know how it is? There are thousands upon thousands of books on thy place that speak of these issues. There are that many interpretations. Can thee not simply utilize the golden rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you? The secret of the universe, my friends. Further, if you begin to practice it now, you would not give worry over a tribulation or transition or rapture, much less the dates of each. And there you have it. It cannot be as simple as that, for you have missed the point. You are here to experience, learn, and grow. There is a Christ and there is a satanic Lucifer. Some of your rituals of positive nature you give unto Christ. Negative nature is given unto Satan. Then, when the rituals are finished, you mostly go back to giving thy souls right over to Satan in varying degrees of speed. Oh, I see. John Calvin or Martin Luther, Pope Paul or Joseph Smith had the correct interpretation. Let me tell you once a point you had better remember. All were human. They made errors. They sinned, and they were very often misled. Can you not forgive them their errors and accept the Christ purity for its value and stop the nitpicking of who is going to accompany you on your trip through the rapture? I tell you, we have a fleet of ships, not clouds, upon which you will rapture onto. But they may be first perceived as a cloud forming. I tell you, we have a fleet of ships, not clouds, upon which you will rapture onto. Hatan, a pagan Satanist? Joseph Smith spoke to extraterrestrials? You better believe it. Joseph Smith also made human, touched also made human, touched by Satan, errors in physical judgment. So has every man from Adam forward. New shocker. So did Jesus, Izu Sananda. Better really remember that one. For it is through those human experiences and errors of flesh that you have a reason to speak of rapture and salvation. Even bigger shocker, the native Indians already had the sacred circle of infinity, the Christos brothers of interpretation. Limit God thy brethren, and you wipe out thy species. No more, no less. God is infinite, or he is not. No in between. Let me refresh. God is infinite. I know. I, Hatan, know, so be it, and I place my seal upon the words, I know. You ones can pick in the words until thy perceived hell freezes, and still you will place no limitations upon God. You only damage yourselves and limit thy vision to the moment while you guess at dates and things to come. Meanwhile, you slaughter the ones who come bearing the truth of it. Truth is not mystical nor magical. It requires no symbols, amulets, chanting, nor bloodletting. It simply is. Simple. And yes, until you ones make of it too, be difficult. Spiritual forces. Jesus called Satan the ruler of this world system, John 14:30. That is why there is earth. Satan has a highly organized army of fallen angels that are called demons. Brothers, your struggle is not against flesh, it is against spiritual forces. Now, how is it that you disbelieve that there can be goodly forces working in thy behalf to get you off this place of negative rule? Why can you not believe there might be ones from Koldos or Hatan or Pleiades era? And why can Satan have all the goodies? In thy own solar system, Maldek, probably misspelled in thy English, was destroyed by Maldek beings. Where do you think energies were removed to? Where do you think the Maldekians were raptured to? Ah, so, could it be thus? Would it be thus? If you can believe in the rapture, how can thy minds not accept that there must be cause and effect? You cannot close out of the universe, limit Jesus Christ onto selves, and run about in tiny circles with blinded folds upon thine eyes. Yes, the Christ came to intercede for you, and I will allow the intercession, for you are but babes in dreamland. Oddly enough, however, the dreams are much nicer these current days than the awakening reality. O Chelas, can you not break away from thine prison chains and see? You imprison yourselves unto others of thy kind, thy bosses, thy spouses, thy children, even unto the things and stuff. So be it. Live on as thee are, and be shocked and surprised. 'Tis but thy choice. Do you not, nor even do you not understand? You are given free will choice, and it is not mine, Jesus Christ, nor even Satan's ability to take it from you. You give it willingly. Always, you give of it willingly. Okay, we're going to end this segment here, part 21, and we'll come up with part 22 from here to Armageddon. Thanks for listening, watching. Hopefully subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll get into the rest in the next segment. This is Spaceman 2.0, Phoenix Truth Rising Show, and I'm out.